Hey yo, good day everyone. Ako po si Skyrep. Welcome to another video dito sa Man Cannot Ride. Maraming salamat. Nagulat ako yung video na ginawa ko tungkol dun sa first impressions ko sa CF Moto 450 NK ay merong 1,000 plus views. That's a milestone for me. That's an achievement for this channel. Kasi according to analytics, ang channel ko ay meron lamang average view na 15 to 20 views per video. At yung video na ginawa ko tungkol sa 450 NK ay umani ng 1,000 plus views. At hanggang sa ngayon, umaakit pa rin yung view count niya. And to a point na meron na tayong isang basher. Meron tayong isang troll na na-encounter. So maraming salamat. At mukhang interesado kayo sa 450 NK ng CF Moto. So in this video, naikwento ko dun sa kaibigan ko na meron ng isang basher tapos tiningnan niya. Sabi niya sa akin, sabi nung kaibigan ko, kasi kakaiba kasi yung tirada mo dun sa video mo. Iba yung mga opinion mo at iba yung mga paniniwala mo kaysa sa karamihan ng nanonood ng mga motorcycle reviews. So suggestion sa akin nung kaibigan ko is, bakit hindi mo gawan ng revisit? Yan, sabi ko, dahil plano ko naman talagang bumalik ng Motostrada at tingnan pa uli yung iba pang mga pwede kong makita. At sabi mo, hindi, huwag ka na pumunta doon. Gumawa ka na ngayon na para ma-share mo na sa kanila na bigyan mo naman sila ng ibang perspective. Ayan. Kaya itong video na to na ginagawa ko para sa inyo ay tungkol uli sa 450 NK ng CF Moto na kalalabas pa lang, mainit-init pa. Magfo-focus lang tayo sa listahan ng mga positives. Wala tayong isasama dito na negatives. Hindi ko muna isasaalang-alang yung sarili kong preference at yung opinion ko. Ito yung mga na-obserbahan ko at na-research ko, sa tingin ko ay very positive para sa motor na to. So, this video, I will put a title, ilalagay ko dito, bakit mo dapat bilhin ang CF Moto 450 NK? Okay, so simulan na natin yung nasa listahan. Now, wait lang, nawala. So the CF Moto 450 NK, bakit mo to dapat bilhin? Why do you need to buy this motorcycle? Ang pananaw ko na to ay ibabase ko lang muna sa isang buyer na wala pang motor at gusto niyang magsimula sa big bikes as the first bike or as the beginner bike. Okay, so yun muna yung perspective natin. So bakit natin dapat bilhin? What are the good points of the 450 NK? Number 1, power to weight ratio. Yung power niya at saka yung kanyang timbang, pag kinuha mo yung relationship nun, yun yung makukuha mo yung power to weight ratio. Ang power to weight ratio ay isang napakahalagang marker of performance. And yung power to weight ratio ng 450 NK ay nasa teritoryo na ngayon ng yung sinaunang mga Duke 390 at Ninja 400. Kasi yan yung mga magkakaklase. Yan yung kumbaga magkakatropa. Yan yung mga magkaka-level ang performance. Sila yung mga ikinukumpara. Okay, so if you compare the 450 NK to the Duke 390 or to the Ninja 400, eto na yun. Power to weight ratio, humahabol na yung CF Moto. And may bagong lalabas, yung Aprilia 457, RS 457, and they say it has the best power to weight ratio. So, ganun kahalaga ang power to weight ratio sa performance ng isang motor. That's number 1. Okay. Another thing about the engine is yung kanyang horsepower peak na nasa 10,000 RPM. I like that. I actually like that. Kasi mahilig ako sa higher RPM because of my racing experience with my car. So higher horsepower RPM peak is a good point dahil mas masaya. Mas masaya yung umiiyak yung RPM, mas masaya yung umiiyak yung motor habang pinipiga mo yung lahat ng power potential niya. So, well, it's subjective, pero I think sa naobserbahan ko, most riders who are into sports or performance bikes, they like higher RPM. Okay. Pero, hindi naman tayo mabibitin sa torque kasi yung torque peak niya ay nasa mid RPM. Nasa 7,750 RPM if I'm not mistaken. So that is good kasi meron kasi mga motor na nasa higher RPM ang peak power, nasa higher RPM din ang peak torque, which is hindi natin yun mapapakinabangan for the streets dahil pigang-piga na tayo, wala pa yung peak torque. Meron naman mga motor na kaunting piga mo lang, nandun na yung peak torque, pero pag binigyan mo pa ng piga, nagdi-diminish na yung torque curve. Ito, nasa mid RPM. So, ibig sabihin, it's a combination of drivability for the streets, sa EDSA, sa traffic, and then you have the excitement and the power na pwede mong ibigay sa higher RPM yung kanyang peak torque. Hindi siya masyadong magdi-diminish. Yun nga lang, ako lang naman to I would like to see a dyno chart ng engine nito. Just to see kung ano yung area under the curve, ano yung linear, kung linear ba or progressive, ano yung takbo ng torque curve and horsepower curve. But that's just me. Those are two good things, the higher RPM horsepower peak and the mid RPM torque peak. Now let's go to tires, kasi yung isa sa mga binanggit kong factors kung bakit hindi ko nagustuhan yung 450 is yung tires, but right now there are positives for it. Narrower tires or smaller tires, siya ay naka 110 tsaka 150. Those are lighter tires. And lighter tire means better agility. Less unsprung weight. Huwag na nating paliwanag ang unsprung weight, but unsprung weight helps with handling. Handling is yung performance ng motor sa corners. It's the grip. So, lighter tires, less unsprung weight, that's very good for handling. And kapag mas manipis o mas maliit ang gulong, they're cheaper. At saka yung size na 110 tsaka 150, they have more options for that. Napakahirap humanap ng let's say 170. Napakahirap humanap ng 130. Pero yung 110 tsaka 150, those are very good. Those are abundant tires. Marami siyang options. So, para matulungan yung tires for better grip, we have the suspension. Maganda yung upside down forks ng 450 NK because it helps with cornering feel. Iba yung cornering stability feel ng upside down forks kesa compared to the standard right upside forks. Although I'm not saying na hindi naman pwedeng pang cornering yung mga standard forks, pwede naman. Yun nga lang, yung stable feel ng upside down forks sa turn in, saka sa tip in, at saka yung sa mid corner, kapag let's say mid corner tapos babaguhin mo yung linya mo and you feel that you have to counter steer more or you have to change your lines, napakaganda ng feel ng upside down forks. Makukuha mo yung gusto mong response in the blink of an eye pag naka upside down forks ka na maayos yung damping, maayos ang spring rate, maayos ang setup. It has better feel sa corners compared to standard forks. It's just the way it is. So maganda yung kanyang upside down forks. Now, next to forks we have suspension. So we have yung shock. Iiwan ko muna yun. Hindi ko na muna sasama yun kasi magfo-focus tayo sa positives, okay? Now, from suspension, let's go to disc brakes. Yung front disc brake na single disc brake, it's actually good kasi single disc brake, isang pares lang ng brake pads, dalawang piston lang ang aalalahanin natin. So yung single front disc brake ay cheaper to maintain, easier to use, easier to set up. Imagine mo magbibleed ka ng brakes, isa lang ang aalalahanin mo. And it's lighter, mas magaan, at nabawasan yung unsprung weight. And again, that's good for handling. So nagkakabit-kabit yung benefits dito. And let's go now to ergonomics. So ang gusto ko dito is wide open handlebar. Wide open, hindi siya nakatiklop, siya ay open. That's good for leverage. And kapag meron kang magandang leverage over your bike, you have better control. And yung better control na yun will translate into better handling, better performance ng bike sa corners. Imagine mo yung mga handlebars na masyadong makikipot at nakatiklop. It's not actually good for let's say, urban riding, city riding, navigating through traffic, yung sobrang baba, sobrang tiklop, it's not really good for that. So ito, talagang yung ergonomics na ng handlebar is meant for combination ng comfort and control. So that's actually good. Now, the seat, isa pa nga pala, wait lang, ba't ba nawawala lagi? Okay, the handlebar is not that high and not that low. Kasi minsan may mga problema yung sobrang taas, nawawalan ka na ng feel for control. Sobrang baba, nawawalan ka na naman ng comfort. With the seat, it's also good because it's very accommodating. Isa sa mga challenge sa Filipino riders ay yung maabot yung lupa kapag tumitigil sa traffic. So yung lower seat height is very friendly for riders na may ganong klaseng challenge. And for those naman na hindi na-challenge sa ganun, it's actually very good for comfort. Dahil when you are in traffic and you want to relax, you can put your feet down. Yun nga lang, syempre, wait. I'll focus on positives. Focus on positives. Okay. So let's just say na yun. Low seat height is good for comfort. Then yung foot pegs niya, it's also comfortable because the foot pegs are a little bit forward compared to the seat. So yung paa mo hindi masyadong para kang gargoyle tingnan. It's not that sporty, pero hindi naman din siya yung parang tipong tuwang sa Vulcan na forward na cruiser type. So, pag pinag-combine mo yun, handlebars, seat, at saka yung foot pegs, it's the rider triangle. And the rider triangle is built in for comfort, yet pwede siyang maging sporty depending on your skills. So, nakafocus talaga siya sa comfort. So, this is a commuter, urban rider, city riding bike na pwede mong ipang daily. Yeah. Let's go back to the brakes. The J1 brakes are good. Proven na yan, yung J1 brand. The good thing about the CF Moto bikes, they come with stainless steel braided brake lines. I'm not expecting anything less. Nasimulan na nila yan. So, saan ka makakahanap ng, let's say, Ninja 400? The Ninja 400 does not come with steel braided brake lines. No. Even yung mga big bikes nila na, let's say, the ZX4RR, it's not. Hindi siya steel braided brake lines. Yamaha R7, it's not steel braided brake lines. Some of the major manufacturers, hindi sila nagbibigay ng steel braided brake lines for this price point. And then yung Bosch ABS, it's already proven na maganda yung Bosch ABS. It's good for the price and for what it is. Hindi siya ganun kakomplikado. Let's say merong lean sensitive ABS or 6-axis IMU na hinahandle yung ABS and traction control. Walang ganun. But for the price, the Bosch ABS is already proven. The next one is yung 270 degrees crank firing order niya. It makes a good sound. Alam mo yun, katunog siya ng V-twin. Yun nga lang, it's like V-twin on steroids kasi higher RPM. So, maangas, matapang yung tunog, pero may kakaibang karakter. Now, ako naman, hindi man ako particular sa tunog. Okay, focus on positives. Focus on positives. Okay. Next, yung side-mounted exhaust, it's easier to modify now kasi naka-side mount siya at magkahiwalay na yung catalytic converter tsaka yung muffler. So, pwede ka na ngayon gumamit ng slip-on mufflers compared to itong 400NK na hindi ka pwedeng gumamit ng slip-on kasi magka-combine sa isang shell yung catalytic converters at saka yung muffler. Ito, sa 450NK, pwede mong tanggalin yung factory stock muffler, palitan mo ng kahit anong muffler na gusto mo, nandoon pa rin sa ilalim yung catalytic converter, hindi magbabago yung kanyang air-fuel ratio, hindi na kayo ngayon makakaranas ng mga kung ano-anong throttle delay na wala naman talagang proof. Okay, focus on positives. Okay, so wala na kayong mararanasan ngayon ng mga kung ano-anong issues na wala namang proof. Focus on positives. Focus Okay, so ang kagandahan dito is hindi na kayo makakaranas ng mga kung anong issues na wala namang talagang hindi na kayo magkakaroon ng issues kasi slip-on muffler. Wala yung kinalaman magiging effect sa power delivery. It's just the sound. Tunog lang yun. Na wala namang focus on positives. Focus. Okay. So yeah, meron na ngayong option na gumamit ng slip-ons. Mas madali na siyang i-modify, mas simple na siya, mas mura kasi yung slip-on may peke niya na 500 lang eh. So pwede. Okay, and we're down to the last one. 262,000. That's a fair price. I think that's a fair price. That's acceptable. Knowing na yung mga kasabayan nito ngayon is nasa 300,000 and mas mahal pa. That price is good. Okay, so let's close this video. Let's focus on the positives. Pero ito, hindi to positive. Itong posing na to, nung nakaupo ako ng pabaligtad sa motor ko, ginagaya ko dito si Boss Babe Asiya. Sabi ko sa kanya, one time, gagayahin ko yung posing niya. Ganito siya eh. Ayan, oh. Hindi nga lang ako kasing ganda at kasing sexy ni Boss Babe. Pero yan, oh. Sa kanya ko nakuha to. Itong mga pinaggagawa ko to. So, okay, Boss Babe, kung mapapanood mo to, Boss Babe Asiya. Ayan na, ginaya ko na yung posing mo ha. Ayan, napakahirap pala nito ha. Kailangan talaga sexy ang bewang mo para yung core mo talaga. Ngalay na ako ha. Anyway, another thing is, siguro ganito na lang. Yung tanong na, is it a good upgrade from the 400 NK? Ngayon, kung meron ka ng 400 NK at tatalon ka to 450 NK, I will recommend na wag na lang. If you have the 400 NK, then a good upgrade will be a higher displacement. Let's say, gusto mo mag-try ng ibang platform, the CLX 700. Or gusto mong manatili sa NK platform, then you have the 800 NK, which is just the same as the 792. Or if you want to stay with the CF Moto brand, pero ayaw mo nung CLX and ayaw mo rin nung 800 NK, then you have other options. The Ibex, the 800 MT. O kaya yung Papio. Gustong gusto ko yung Papio. Yung XO1. Parang gusto kong bumili nun. Pag kung may pera lang, kung bibili ako ng XO1 na Papio, tapos yun ang iaakit ko ng iaakit. Yeah, Papio. Okay. So what if you don't have any motorcycle? Is it really a good thing to buy the 450 NK? Yeah, I can truly say that. Kahit na marami akong napansin na hindi ko nagustuhan nung una, at kahit ngayon marami pa rin akong hindi nagugustuhan sa kanya, but yeah, if you're starting out on big bikes at ngayon ka palang bibili, the 450 NK from CF Moto is a good starting bike. Actually, sa tingin ko, it's a good bike na pangmatagalan na rin. If you just want to go on the expressway, meron kang magandang power to weight ratio, you have modern looks, modern features, modern technology, then the CF Moto 450 NK is a good buy. 262,000, that's a great price. Wala akong nakikitang kasabayan niya ngayon in terms of price, value for money. Pagpasensyahan nyo na. I mean, I'm doing this review para sa inyo, hindi para sa akin. I always do my review para sa akin, kung ano yung preference ko. But this time, this is for you. Bilang pasasalamat dun sa 1,000 views na tanggap nung unang video ng 450 NK. And hopefully, this will help you be interested in motorcycling and in the CF Moto brand. Ako po ay loyal na CF Moto user. Dahil isa lang naman ng motor ko, ito lang the CF Moto, the 2019 CF Moto 400 NK. And her name is Octavia. And I'm very happy with my bike. So have a good day everyone, and I will see you on the next video.